attitude landing. Bend your knees, put your feet on the floor, lift your hips up, and let your block come underneath your sacrum. Just make this a little bigger. And then let your feet, actually for now, let your knees fall in together. And just let go. So we'll start in a simple restorative position. Have your strap or towel nearby, or if you have a belt even. So lift your hips up. Let your knees come together. And for this first few moments, just let your arms open up like a T, or not like a T, like a goalpost. And without clenching your glutes, right? So let your body weight sink onto the block. Breathe in fully, deeply, and completely. And notice if there's any points of tension. Good morning. Is that Maria? Okay. Me too. I'm having internet problems too. Okay, well you're on, so right now that's good. I'm having internet problems too, everybody, so if for any reason you go out, hang in there, you come right back. Alright, so and then go ahead and mute, and we're on a block under our sacrum. Now, take your arms this time and just cross over. You can hug your shoulder blades or leave the arms relaxed. And still remaining with your body weight sinking onto the block. Keep breathing in and out. Open the arms and switch the cross of the arms. So if the right arm is on top, switch. There you are. And then keep your arms as they are for a moment. Turn your heels in line with your sitting bones. And release the arms down by your side. Open up the arms a little bit wider. So your feet are in about neutral position. Heels line up with your sitting bones. And we're still just allowing the body weight to sink into the block, so there's no tension in the back side of the body. And let's just go ahead and bring one leg at a time into a tabletop position, and then bring the other leg in. And if this doesn't feel good with the block underneath you, slide the block out. And then let your legs come up into the sky. And again, just let your body weight sink down. I'm going to turn my head a little bit. Let your body weight sink down into the block. So your knees might be a little bent, your feet are relaxed. Don't point, don't flex. Just let this little reversal of gravity happen here. Let your weight shift down. And it feels like a little heated sensation of burning. I don't like to say the word burning because it sounds scary, but a little heated sensation or tingling in your feet. It's pretty natural. If it feels really uncomfortable, of course, come out of wherever you are. So we're just going to stay for a couple more breaths here, just letting the effects of gravity help us remain grounded physically and mentally and emotionally. Take a few breaths. And then lower one leg at a time back to the floor. This time we're just going to lift our hips up, move the block off to the side, articulate your spine down, and then hug your knees to your chest and have a strap or towel nearby. So hug your knees to the chest a little bit wider, so there's a little bit more relief in the sacrum to your lower back. You can massage your spine side to side. And then go ahead, come back to center. Take your left foot on the floor, bent knee, Bring your right knee off to your right side of your waistline. Right? So just off to the rib cage a little bit. And then if you feel okay in your lower back, you can straighten the left leg on the floor. And just let it be relaxed for a few moments here. Let the right leg be a little active. So flex the right foot, bring the knee on the outside of the rib cage. Let the left leg hang out for a second. And now make the left leg active as if you were pushing it against a wall and you're drawing the right leg towards your chest. So you've got this oppositional lengthening happening. One leg pulls forward if the leg is straight, and the opposite leg pulls backward. So there's compression in the right hip but release in the left hip if your leg is straight. Take your left hand and guide the right leg across the body for a twist. Only go to the point where your body allows it, right? Don't ever force it, and allow this lower back to release, perhaps. Grab a hold of your strap if you have it nearby. Return your right leg to the center. Put the strap around the bottom of the foot. Hold on with one or two hands and straighten your leg. And so when I mean straighten your leg, don't worry about how close it gets to your body. Keep it further away so that it's straight right over your hip. And now once again, make it active. So the right leg, the quadricep is engaged by pulling the kneecap up towards the hip. Your lower back kind of presses into the earth. Hips are level. Left leg reaches out long in front of you. Now you don't ever have to touch the floor with any of these movements. Bring your right arm in towards your waistline with your strap in your hand and open the right leg out to the side, only to the point where your left leg is still stable on the floor. Also, this is a nice place for a block under your leg, all right? So if you're not feeling like you can open it up to your satisfaction, but the left hip stays down, so we're really just working out through the hips without much action happening. And then if your right leg, if it happens to be pressing against a wall, great, use it. But if it's not, imagine that it is and push your foot towards the wall, the imaginary wall. Good. Inhale, one more breath here as you empty it out. Come back to center on the next inhale and switch the cross of the arms. So the left hand grabs the strap, right arm comes out to the side, and twist. So guys, if you don't have a strap, a belt, a towel, extra blocks, I mean, I really feel like I want 4 blocks now in my practice. If you can't get them, let me know, I'll get them for you. But it's really helpful to have these tools. But you don't have to invest a lot of money. You can go into your closet and pick out a belt. So now we're getting around the outside of the hip, the glute, still into the lower back, and now a little bit more into the IT band on the outside of the leg. And then inhale back to center. Bend your right knee, release the strap, move it off to your left side, bring the left knee in, and let's just take a happy baby. Feet to the sky, hold onto your toes or the outside of your feet, or under your thighs, under your feet. And again, keep your tailbone on the earth. Massage your spine. Come back to your center. And bring your right foot to the floor, bent knee. Release your toes and hold on to your left shin or your thigh. Bring the knee towards the left shoulder or towards the outside. So your right leg, mine tends to turn out a little bit. I'm going to try to square it off and ground it. And if your back feels healthy and fine, extend the right leg on the floor, but let it relax for a moment. Don't think about flexing or engaging the quad, but the left leg is on the outer rib cage. Take the right hand and guide the left knee over to the right side, getting a nice release in your lower back. Open up your chest shoulder, and then let the right leg be active. And if it can touch a wall, great, or furniture, or anything you got, or an imaginary wall, we're great with our imaginations in yoga, we learn. Good, inhale back to center. Take your left hand, the strap on your left leg, and extend the left leg in the air. And again, if the right leg being straight puts any strain on your lower back, bend it, right? And think about your left leg being straight up from the hip. So the further back it comes, the chances are it might have to bend. So keep the legs straight. Bring your belly to your spine, ribs down, and your lower back is still connected to the earth. Put your right hand on your right hip and flex the foot. And imagine that you are, well, don't imagine anything. Keep your hand on your hip and don't let your hip lift as you open your leg out to the left side. And again, the block under the left leg will be nice and helpful if you'd like. The arm is resting on the floor. It doesn't have to be in the air. And the only thing we want to do is keep the connection of right hip to the floor. So it may not be as far as in your head where you want to go, but this is a great place and a safe place and a stable place for us in our pelvis. And there's a lot of instability in our back and our pelvis, so we try to find positions that are stable, that keep us stable through our joints and our movements. Inhale back to center. Take your right hand, cross it over, cross the leg over. Maybe you're touching a floor wall, a piece of furniture that you can use as assistance to push the leg and make the leg long. Stretching into the IT band that runs from the iliotibial, so from your iliac crest all the way to the outside of your knee, and creates sometimes some havoc in our bodies. Right? It's tight, if it's weak, probably goes for all of our muscles. And then come back up, stand up, sit up, bend the knee to the chest, and bring the right knee back to the chest. One more time, happy baby. Take a hold of your feet, rock side to side. And then come back to center, draw your knees together. Take your hands on the top of your ankles, lift your head and shoulders, and pull your knees and forehead together. And again, lengthening out through the spine. Rocking on your spine up and down a couple of times if you feel good, and come up to sitting. Sweep your legs around to the side, keep all your toys nearby, and bring yourself into tabletop. Pad your knees if you need to, or one knee if you need to. Have your blocks and strap nearby. I mean, these are just things to do by your yoga mat when you're there. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips, do some cat-cows, tucking and untucking the toes if you'd like to. Arch the back, broaden the collarbones. And so where your eye gaze goes, your body follows. So look up as you come into your cow. Look up with your eyes. Look in with your eyes towards your belly. A couple more times. And all these are not only lower back stretches, but some of them are lower back strengtheners as well. And then let's find ourselves in a neutral position, somewhere between the two arches and releases of the spine. Good, a little spinal balancing, right arm forward, holding just the right arm here for a moment. Then take your right arm out to the right side, look towards your right hand, and then scoop it under your left arm, back of the head to the floor, left arm forward, and right arm to the left side. Now hug your hips to the midline. Let's put our legs down for today on the floor. They go up. Sometimes you try to take it into balance, which is great, but let's keep it down today. So think about hugging your hips to center line. And then inhale, bring your arms, both arms out in front of you. Keep your hips up in the air. Chin to the floor or forehead to the floor or neither. Keep your hips high, keep your elbows, wrists, forearms elevated off the floor. Inhale, shift forward and lower your hips towards the floor. Your arms are out in front of you, so not quite in your upward dog position, more like a ceiling position. And then come back to your hands and knees neutral. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Left arm comes forward, come up to the spine. Pull the belly in. Take your left arm out to the left side. and sweep it under the right arm, back of the head towards the floor. Right arm moves forward. And then hug your right hip towards the midline. So it's tricky, but we want to kind of swing our legs over, our hips over to the right side. So try to keep them through the center for another breath. And then take your left hand forward, chin chest to the floor. Maybe your forehead instead. So, you know, I give instruction, and sometimes it's not appropriate for you personally. So we have to learn our bodies enough to know that's not going to work for me. I'll adjust it. Inhale, come up and shift your body weight forward. Lift your chest up. So kind of not really an upward dog because of the position of our arms. And then go ahead and push back to child's pose. Sit all the way back on your heels. Spread your fingers. And imagine that you're pulling the mat apart from the center with your arms. So there's some energy down the right side, left side of your arm. And the underside of your arm. Inhale. Rise back up to hands and knees. Now hands are a little bit forward. Tuck your toes. And find your downward facing dog. Find it with a soft knee. So if you're going to move anything in a down dog, make it your feet. And then we'll just measure it out to see if it's appropriate. When our shoulders come over our wrists in a plank. And then pull your hips back up a couple times. So keep a soft knee when you go to your down dog. Keep a strong leg in plank, as it always will be. And one more time, shift forward. And push back downward facing dog. Have your feet as wide as the mat. And bring your chest in between your arms. Shake out your head yes and no. Then walk your hands back to your feet. Back of the mat. And let go. Bend your knees enough that your hands will touch the floor. Chin to the chest as you fold down. Point the top of your head towards the floor. Shift your weight a little forward towards the balls of your feet and the heels of your hands. And if you'd like to, you can straighten your legs a little bit more here. You don't have to. Good. Come to your fingertips, shins, or blocks. And then release your chest. Take your arms behind your back, interlace your fingers. Palms together, arms up, head down. Send the weight forward. Energy in the legs. Pinky edges are pressing against the edges of your mat. Inhale, chin to chest. As you exhale, fold. And then let's round our spines and come up, pressing down evenly through the feet. Knuckles down to the earth. Squeeze your shoulders together. Lift your heart up. And then release your arms and take them overhead. Grab opposite elbows. Lengthen through your torso. Energize through your legs. Tailbone releases underneath you. Ribs move towards your hips. Take a breath. Turn your torso only to the right side. So you might not get very far. Depends how much flexibility you have there. And then inhale to the center. Switch the cross of the arms. And turn your torso to the left side. Inhale to the center. Lift your heart and just bring your back a little bit towards the front of your chest. So a little bit of a back bend without sticking your tush out. Just up and away from your rib cage. And then open the arms and exhale, fold down. Inhale, look forward. Walk your arms out one arm's length. So you may be on your fingertips. Shift the weight back to the heels of your feet. Inhale, look forward. Keep the weight in your heels as you walk your hands forward again. Now the palms may or may not be on the floor. Chest towards your thighs. Inhale, look forward, and one more time walk out. And for some of you, that might be your downward dog. If it is, stay there. If it's not, find your downward dog with your feet wide. And let's measure it out by coming onto the toes, shifting into your hands plank. Either lower your right knee or keep it up as you spin into side plank with a wide leg. Left arm comes up. You can have the right knee on the floor, and then take the left arm over your head, lift your heart up. Breathe in, breathe out. Pull the right hip to the left hip, so lift from the bottom. Exhale, come down. Lift your hips up. Take your right hand to your left foot, shin or ankle, and twist. Underneath the arm, hugging your hips back to center point. And inhale back to your center. Exhale and dog. Inhale to high plank. Either lower your left knee to the floor or stay as you are. And take your right arm up. Lift your bottom side up towards your top side. So you've got to really pull that hip up and in, waistline up and in. Maybe the arm goes overhead. Take another breath. Arms down, exhale, hips up. Left hand to right foot, shin or ankle, twist. And release it. On your toes, bend your knees and look forward. And walk your feet forward to the top of the mat. Doesn't matter how wide or far they come. We'll meet at the top with 2 fists in between for the width of our hips. And then send your weight forward and let your arms dangle, let your head dangle. Let your belly rest on your thighs for right now. Take a breath as you draw your chin to your chest and roll up slowly. Take your time. Head's the last thing up. Roll your shoulders back and around a couple times. Release your arms down by your side. Spread your fingers. Big toe, little toe. Ball of the foot, heel. Tailbone points down. Ribs knit towards each other. Collarbones are broad. Chin parallel to the floor. Crown of the head to the sky. Inhale, stretch your arms all the way overhead. Touch the palms in prayer. Bring prayer to your heart. And fold yourself over, hands on floor, shins, or your blocks. Lengthen your spine, inhale. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, lengthen halfway, step your right leg back. Lower your right knee to the floor, so if you need a towel or something underneath you. Inhale, raise your arms up overhead. Palms may be touched. Good, push your right hip forward, tuck your tailbone underneath you so you're not arching through the lower back, bring the ribs down towards the hips. Exhale, hands to the floor, downward facing dog from here. Inhale. Exhale, high plank, lower your knees, drop your chin chest to the floor, low cobra on your belly, sit back on your heels, tuck your toes, down dog. Now you might have to bring your left knee to the floor to do this, otherwise step your right foot forward, then lower your left knee to the floor. Inhale, bring the arms up, push your left hip forward. Exhale, release your hands, look forward. Inhale, lift your back leg, step it to the top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, ride the breath to stand all the way up. Take prayer into your heart, empty the breath. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, hands on floor, shins or blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your left foot all the way back and lower the knee to the floor. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Good. Exhale, hand down, down dog, right Crosby, hips up. Inhale to your high plank. Exhale, knees down, everything on the floor. Inhale, low cobra, elbows squeeze in, creep your head looking forward. Exhale, child's pose, toes tuck. Inhale, lift your hips. Exhale, now either lower your right knee and step forward or step forward and lower your right knee. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, release your hands. Inhale, look forward, step together, top of the mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, ride the breath to stand. Bring your arms with you. Exhale, bring prayer to your heart. Let's do that again. One more time each side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right foot steps back. Right knee lowers. Inhale, arms up. Hip pushes forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, knees and chest lower to the floor. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, seat to heels, down dog. Good. Inhale, either step your right leg forward and bring your left knee down, or bring your left knee down first. Inhale, bring the arms up overhead. Exhale, release your hands, tuck your toes, look forward, and step to the top of your mat. Halfway lift when you get there. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, ride your breath to stand, bring the arms with you. Exhale, prayer to the heart. Inhale, the arms come all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your left leg back. Lower your left knee. Inhale, bring your arms overhead. Exhale, the hands down, downward dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, knees down, chest down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, seat to your heels, toes tuck. Okay. Inhale, right knee down, left leg steps forward, or whichever way you get there, arms up. Exhale, hands down, right knee lifts, look forward, step together, top of the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Stay here for a moment. Have your feet about hips width apart. Take your peace finger grip around your big toes. Wrap your thumbs between the fingers and the toes. Pull up against your toes, look forward. And as you pull up against your toes, push your toes against your fingers. And then draw your elbows out to the side and bring your forehead towards your shins. And some of you will have a straight leg and some of you won't. Shift your weight forward. It all depends on our flexibility. And sometimes the length of our ribs. Inhale with a half lift. Pull against your toes one more time. And then bring your hands to your hips, rise up to stand. Bring your feet a little closer, bring your arms by your side. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart, forward fold. Hands on your blocks or the floor, lengthen your spine. Bring your right foot to the back of the mat. Low lunge. So your knee is over your ankle. If you're on blocks, it just assists you in getting a little bit more work away from the floor, which creates more space in our bodies. Push down firmly through the big little toe heel of the foot, and then maybe even rise onto your fingertips so there's some energy in the back of the glute, and the back leg should be strong like it's in plank. Good. Now fingers off, hover, and then rise up to crescent lunge. Woo! My balance. Bend your back knee and bring your hands to your heart. You don't have to touch the floor on this. Good. Keep the bend in the back knee as you hinge forward, then straighten it out again. Good. Open your arms to a T. Good, so we have a little bit of power going on through the center of our body, through our glutes, and then bring the arms back up, crescent lunge. Keep the legs straight if you'd like. Inhale, ribs tuck under, draw the navel point in, the tailbone points downward without accentuating an arch in our back. So everything kind of stays over the pelvis. Open your right leg to the side, warrior two pose. Pull your right arm back, left arm forward. Hide your right arm with your left arm. Nice. Look at that, nice and beautiful, guys. Left knee is over the ankle, in line with second, third toe, in line with your hip. Back foot is firm, big toe. Little toe are pressing into the floor. So the outer edge of that right shin has a little action. And then just take the right arm down and the left arm up. Lean up and over. Draw your right hip more towards your left thigh or knee. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, bring your left hand on the inside, on your thigh, on a block, inside your leg. If you're on the thigh, make sure you're not putting your body weight into it. If you're on the block, make sure you're not dumping into your shoulder. And then take your right hand on your hip and assist your shoulders to open up. Once you feel open, right arm can come up. And reach up to the sky and down from the floor. Again, bringing the tailbone underneath you. Inhale and exhale. Stay here. It's a strong pose and it's a lot of work in your legs, I know. Take another breath. Good. Exhale, release your hands. Turn yourself back to the front of your mat and straighten your front leg. And let's just keep it wide today. It doesn't have to be as wide as your full stance right now, but perhaps you will hop in a little bit, or perhaps you'll stay where you are. Think about pulling your left hip back and your right hip forward. Lengthen your spine, inhale, and then fold over your shin, exhale. Good. So we did a little release on our hamstrings earlier. This is a pretty strong place. One more breath. Inhale, look forward and bend your front knee. Bring your feet together at the top of your mat. Exhale, forward fold and just soften. Let your body be like a rag doll here. Tuck your chin to your chest and rag doll to stand. Come up with, last thing is your head. Roll your shoulders back. Stand into Tadasana, nice and strong, firm. Open your eyes. Inhale, stretch your arms overhead. Touch the prayer to the heart, bring it through your center and forward fold over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your left foot all the way back. Big, generous step between your two feet. Right knee is over the ankle, hips are squared in, hands are on the floor or the blocks. Again, the blocks are just going to give us a little bit more space to play with, because after all, that's what we're here doing, creating space in our bodies. Now bring your fingertips down and just maybe hover. Inhale, lift up, arms up. Bend your back knee. Keep it in a straight line. So we're just taking it towards the floor. It doesn't have to touch. Good. Inhale, open your arms to a T. Keep the knee bent and hinge forward. Bring your prayer to the heart. Straighten the back leg as you come up for crescent. Stay low. I like to touch my arms together, but you don't have to, especially if your shoulders are a little bit tighter. Just open the arms out wide. Inhale, turn your back foot on its side. Open your arms to warrior two. So maybe you're heel to heel or heel to instep. Or maybe you're wider. Your back toes are turned slightly forward, like 10 degrees. Pinky edge, big toe, all on the floor. Heel of the foot. Pull back and pull forward at the same time. And I didn't mention this on the other side, but it's as if your thighs are opening apart from each other while your heels are drawing in towards each other. Good. Flip your palms. Inhale. Left arm down, right arm up. Pull your left hip towards your right knee. A little bit more lift out of the waistline. Breathe in. Inhale back to warrior two. Nice and big. And reach forward. Listen, always better late than never. Right hand on the inside on the floor or block. Or your right arm can be resting on your thigh as long as you're not putting all your weight into it. So how do you know? Lift up your arm and see what happens if anything collapses. Or bring it on the inside and then bring your left hand to your hip so we can first open up the torso. Once that happens, left arm can come up. Breathe. Lifting up from the bottom side of your body. Inhale and exhale. Couple of breaths here in this very powerful pose. Side angle variation. One more breath. Exhale, hand down, spin your back foot forward, and straighten your front leg and fold over it. Any amount of adjustment of your back leg moving forward is welcome. It's your body. You're right. You have to know what goes on. Bring your right hip back, look forward, exhale, fold over your right shin. Keep working your right big toe down to the floor. You can lift your toes up, but my suggestion was not to roll out to the pinky side of the foot. So have the big toe pointing down. One more breath. Look forward, soften your front knee, step your feet together, top of the mat, halfway lift when you get there. Exhale, fold like a rag doll. We roll out to stand all the way. Bring the arms with you overhead. Take prayer to your heart. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, hands to floor, shins or blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your right foot all the way back. Good. Inhale, hover your fingers and reach up, this time right into your crescent lunge. Good. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, side angle, left hand on the inside or top of the thigh. Inhale, reverse. Straighten your front leg. Arms shoulder height. Adjust your back foot if you like to bring it in any amount. Move your hips to the right. And reach your torso forward, 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 till it no longer goes. Hand on the inside, outside, foot, shin, or block. Shoulder stack, and now using the wall, if you have one, imagine leaning back against the wall if you don't. Bringing your tailbone underneath you and spiraling from the torso. Inhale and exhale. Good. Find length on top to bottom and forward and back. One more breath. Exhale. Release your hand down. Soften your front knee. And this time, let's go ahead and shorten the stance a little bit more. So your feet are about hips width apart. Maybe wider for some, maybe closer for others. Pull your left hip back and your right hip forward. Find the length in your spine. Maybe your hands are on the blocks to give you that length. Maybe you're on your fingertips. And then see if you can drop your right hip parallel to your left hip. So it's really tricky without a mirror or without somebody guiding you. But you know, we learn our bodies and we learn how to manipulate the best we can. Your left big toe is pressing on the floor. Your foot is firm on the floor. And it's as if you could carry your mother's finest china on your back. And then place your hands to your hips. Keep the length of the spine as you rise up. Good. Shift your weight into your left leg and lift your right heel up. That's all. Just right there, right now. Bring your arms down by your side. Send your weight to your left leg and float your right foot off the floor as you dip your belly hard. Reach your arms back behind you. Point your toes away from you. Warrior three. Anywhere with your arms. So the more challenging pose will be with your arms out in front of you. Nice, Maria. Good. And any other variations are welcome. And do not get pissed off at yourself for not being you. That's it. Take your time to get there. Next breath. Feet together at the top of the mat. Hands in prayer. Take a moment. Separate your feet. Release your arms. Strong legs. The power is in your legs. And that transfers to your pelvis all the way through your body. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold, hands to floor, shins, blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your left foot all the way back. Bend your right knee. Hover your fingertips and inhale to crescent lunge. Lower your hips down. Exhale, open warrior two. Pull back. Good. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And then exhale, hand on the inside or on top of your thigh, side angle variation. We have a couple of variations of this pose that we do, and some I probably don't even know about. So right here, I'm working my arm and tricep against each other so my hip draws in and my tailbone comes back. Left arm is up. Good. Inhale, reverse this. Straighten your front leg. Arms come up shoulder height. Maybe your heel toe the back foot in a little bit. Move your hips to the left. Reach towards the front of your mat as far out as you can go, and then release your hand inside, outside, foot, shin, or block. Stack your shoulders. So first thing you want to do is hug your hips together, your heels towards each other. Rotate out of your torso so your shoulders stack. The knees lift up. The bottom side of your body lifts up and in. Big toe presses down. Beautiful, guys. Beautiful. My favorite pose in yoga. There's so much going on here, but it's such a strong, powerful pose. Take another breath. Exhale, bring your hands to the floor. Turn your body forward, soft bend in the front knee. And this time we step the back leg forward a little bit. Adjust it so you're not on a tightrope. And then fold over your right leg, but think about pulling your right hip back and your left hip a little bit forward so that the pelvis becomes a little bit more level. And it's a really tricky place to be. Big toe presses down, ball of the foot heel. We still have the energy rising through the legs. Fold over your shin. You might not get as far as you want to, or you think you should. There are no real shoulds in yoga except you should not hurt yourself or anyone else. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Bring your hands to your hips and rise up to stand. Good. Maybe shorten your stance a little bit so you can take that little heel lift off the floor. Bring your hands to your heart center. Good. Hinge forward. You can stay there, or maybe you take flight. Left leg lifts off the floor, hips point down, toes point away. And then again, arms anywhere you want them. The more challenging pose will be the longer lever lengths with your arms and legs all the way extended from each other. Great, Maria, that's awesome. Good. Doesn't matter where you are because this is going to work for your body. One more breath. Step your feet together. Top of the mat. Separate your feet. Take your arms up overhead. Inhale. Fold over your legs. Exhale. Bend your knees enough that you can lift up your toes and put your hands all the way under your feet with your big toe wrapped around your wrist. Look forward. Inhale. And exhale. Fold over your shin. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look forward. Release your hands to your hips. Rise up to stand. Bring your feet together. Arms down by your side. Put your weight in your left leg without collapsing into it. Lift your right knee up, balance. Extend your right leg forward as high up as you can hold it. And with a straight leg, sweep it back, warrior three. Arms can stay back by your side. Good. Inhale. Now bring your leg forward. Arms up, or not. Exhale, hinge forward. Reach the arms back. Inhale, arms up, leg up. Exhale, hinge forward. Arms come by your side. Now without touching, turn your torso to the right side. Right toes point to the right side. So it's like a half moon without hands touching. A lot of work in the core happening. Good. Stay with this for 3, 2, and then begin to bring your left hand down to the floor blocks, in front or to the side. Left leg is very firm. Not pulling back, but lifting up. And then you create an L shape with your torso, with your legs, and shoulders stack on top of each other. Arm can come to the air for your full half moon balancing pose. So it's the same as triangle, except the foot is in the air. So the same action, hugging your hips under, reaching your arms in two directions. Another big breath in. Good. Exhale, bend your left knee. Step your right foot back with the toes turning towards the edge of your mat. Release your right hand and turn both toes towards the edge of your mat. So you're facing the right side of your mat. Fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Take your arms outside your feet and bring your head towards the floor. Some of you will choose to go into an inversion from here, a headstand, or any other balance that you'd like to take. Fold over your legs. Good. Inhale, look forward, hands underneath your shoulders. Walk your hands forward. Weight into your left leg. Right leg lifts off the floor and up in the air, standing split. Now here, of course, you can also do handstand hops or hold onto your ankle or go to your knee and just rest. Whatever you want for 3 more breaths. See if anybody's taking their liberties. Beautiful. 1 more breath. Feet come together, top of the mat. Come onto your fingertips, look forward, bend your knees, and just come into a low squat for a moment. If that doesn't work, stay in a forward fold. Tuck your chin to your chest. Round your spine, forehead and knee meet. Lengthen your spine again. Put your weight into your heels and come down to a seated position. With your knees bent, I'll turn this way. With your knees bent, hold on to your under thighs and bring your legs up parallel to the floor. And then pull your chest up. Hold it here, flex your feet. Then open your feet like first position. Release your hands, reach your arms forward. Option to stay or extend your legs for 3, 2, first position 1. Cross your ankles, come forward, take yourself back to a high plank pause, and choose to go to downward dog or push up vinyasa. And we'll meet in downward dog. Breathe, inhale, and exhale. High on your toes, bend your knees, look forward. Bring yourself back to the top of your mat, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, rise to stand, bring your arms with you overhead. Exhale, take prayer to the heart. Good. Arms by your side. Bring your weight to your left leg, lift your right leg up, balance, flex the foot. Then extend the leg forward, straight leg, hinge back. Are we on the correct leg or did we do this leg? No, we didn't. Yes, we did. Switch legs. Yeah? Knee up. Extend. Good. Hinge forward. And then bring it back up. Straight leg. Arms up. And fold forward. So it's like a little pendulum swing. Inhale up. Exhale, hinge forward. Good. Now, once you find your balance, so find a point, rotate just your torso to the left without using your arms. Maybe they're up and down, but you're not touching the floor. So there's a lot, you got to feel what's going on in the hips here. 3, 2, 1, then go ahead and lay the right hand down on the floor, shin block. If the arm is up in the air, you can put it on your hip until you feel satisfied that you're all the way forward or turned with your torso as much as you can, and that your left leg is strong out of your hip. Right hip draws in, left arm is up, breathe. Inhale, Ardha. Half moon, Chandrasana. Open your heart, breathe. Hang in there for 3, 2. Now bend your right knee, 1. Step back, left toes turn to the left, and then release your hands as the right toes turn to the left as well. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, this time, hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, and then fold over. And if you take another inversion here, that's fine. Go up to your headstand. Any variations that you're doing. Breathe in, breathe out. And then let go of your hands to the earth. Lengthen your spine, inhale. Good, exhale, walk around to the front of your mat. Weight in your right leg, left leg in the air. Standing split, head to the shin. For handstand jumps, hops, or fold. Breathe in, breathe out. Good, inhale, feet together, top of the mat. Exhale, bend your knees, squat. Lift up. And then go ahead and lower your hips to the floor. I'm just going to adjust my mat and my other camera for you guys. So go ahead and squat down, feet on your heels or to the floor. And then bend your knees, place your hands underneath your thighs. Lift your heart. Good. Lean back. Lift your shins. Bring your knees together. You can keep your feet neutral here. Release your arms. And decide if you want to extend your legs up for 5, 4. Reach, reach, reach. 3, 2, 1 from the arms and legs. Exhale, knees in, head down. Open your arms to a T. Shift your hips right. Let your knees fall to the left. Good. Line up your feet on top of each other. Inhale, open your knees so that your back is now on the floor and the soles of your feet are together. Bring your arms up to the center, palms together. Exhale, head and shoulders lift up. Reach through your feet for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. 3, 2, 1. Lay down on your back. Draw your knees together. Bring them up to your chest. Move your hips left. Let your knees fall to the right and twist. Good. Inhale, bring your feet together. Open your knees wide. This time maybe lift your feet off the floor. Same Baddha Konasana shape. Triangle. Arms up, palms together. Lift your head and shoulders. Reach towards your feet for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold up on 1, 3, 2, and 1. Knees together. Knees towards your chest. Hold on wherever you can. Fingers, wrist, arms, elbows. And then bring your knees close to your chest as the tailbone presses down to the floor. So you're lengthening your spine. You're not lifting off the floor with it. Not just yet. And then bring your hands, one on the right side, one on the left side. Slide them down to your ankles. And place your feet to the floor. And notice that, maybe your knees knock in. So try to have your heels now in line with your sitting bones, knees and hips in the same line. Some of you will hold on to your ankles, and some of you just going to graze the heels. Tilt your pelvis. Start with just your buttocks lifting off the floor. And then feel from there the lowest part of your back, the middle, the upper. Resting on your shoulders now. Take your arms underneath you and grab your hands, or put your hands on your buttocks or your lower back, or put a block down. Check out your big toes on the floor, pinky toes ball for heel, just like any other position, as if you were standing. Bring your hands, if you want more, by your shoulders. Come to the top of your head lightly, and then push up into your big wheel. That's an option, not for everybody. If you're doing it, walk your heels in a little closer towards your hands. If you're doing it, your knees and hips are in the same direction. Good. So even if you're in your bridge, knees and heels in the same line. Come down, upper, mid, lower, back to the floor. Hug your knees all the way up to your chest. Good. And just like we did in the beginning, bring your left leg down, right leg up, take your strap around your right foot. Lengthen your left leg if it feels okay for your back. Take a breath. Now draw your right leg closer towards your face now, a little bit more flexible, or a little bit more stretch that we have, space that we have. Left leg hovers off the floor. Head and shoulders lift off the floor. Pull your chest towards your thighs for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knee in, both knees in. Switch the cross of, or switch the leg. Right leg is down, left leg is up. Only if this is good for your lower back, stretch your right leg out in front of you. Draw the left leg closer towards your face, straight leg. Right leg lifts off, hovers, take a breath. Head and shoulders lift up, hover for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knees, bring them both into the center. Move your strap, rock on your spine in both directions. Make circles if you like. Make sure you do both sides, both directions. Good. One more spinal twist of your choice. Legs crossed once or twice or open, and shift over to the right side as the knees fall to the left. Uncross the legs, come back to center if you cross the legs. And if you cross, do the same thing on the other side. Shift the hips left and let the knees fall to the right. Good. Uncross the legs if they're crossed, come back to center. Final hug, anything else you'd like to do in the next moment or two, feel free to take it or make your way for your final Shavasana. Feeling a lot longer and a lot stronger and a lot more flexible and a lot more peaceful than you started. Let your arms rest by your side, palms open, and let your hips lay open. Breathe in and breathe out. Take full breaths in and full breaths to empty. Scan your body from the top of your head to the bottoms of your feet. And let your body completely surrender into your mat, into the earth. Take a few moments for yourself just to let go.
those of you who can stay longer, just turn off the volume, the sound, the video, and stay in your shavasana longer. Otherwise, begin to just deepen your breath and bring your awareness back into your space, into this time. Start to move your fingers, your toes, your wrists, your ankles. Draw your knees lovingly up to your chest. Take yourself onto either side. And rest peacefully there for as long as you need, or make your way back to seated. Come up. Bring your hands together, your heart center. And just give yourself a moment of gratitude for showing up, even if it's only part-time. Because every moment you take to sit on your mat is worth 100 times that. Bow down to each other and acknowledge the beauty, the grace, the peace, the love, the goodness within each one of you, the light. Namaste, Satnam. Go in peace. Have a wonderful day. Happy June. If you're at home, stay home, stay fit, stay healthy. Wear a mask, get vaccinated.